Thank you for joining this lesson. We're going to discuss logarithms, mathematics form 2. Number 1, we are told use logarithms to evaluate, correct to 4 decimal places, the cube root of 0.4591 multiplied by 7.805 squared divided by 629.3. Remember to subscribe to this channel and to also share the link with friends. So we're going to organize this work such that because we use the logarithms in the mathematical table, we're going to have the work organized such that we have the numbers here, the numbers there. Then we can have their standard form of these numbers. Then we can have now the logarithms at this end. We can have the logarithms captured at that end. Therefore, what we're going to have, the first number is 0.4591. So that now we have it as 4.591 times 10 to the power of -1. Now, when the power is negative, for us to determine logarithms, we begin by the power. But now, if the power is negative, we will have bar 1 at this point. So the characteristic part will be bar 1. So we have bar 1 point. Then now we read the logarithm of 4.5. So we go to the maths table. 4.591. So these are the logarithms to base 10. This. So 4.5 is at this. 4.5. This is 4.5. Then now we go to 9.1. So at 9 we are having a 9 is at the end. So 4.5 we shall have 66.18. Then at 1 we are having only 1. So we add 1 at 8. We will have 66.19. 66.19. Therefore now I'll have 66.19 at that point of the logarithm. The next is going to be 7.805, whereby when written in standard form, it just remains the way it is, then times 10 power 0. Then now the log will begin with 0 point. So 7.805. 7.805. So 7.8. Then 0 is here, and 5, which is at this point. So 5 is going to give us when we go down through this. Yeah, so we're going to have 3. Therefore, we read 89.76 and we add 3 at this point. So it will be 89.79. 89.79. So 89.79. Something else we should know about this logarithm is that because the number has been raised to power 2, this one has been raised to power 2, then we can now multiply the logarithm by 2. Therefore, we can multiply this logarithm by 2, and through that, we're going to get by 2, 8, by 2, 14, so plus 1, 15, carry 1, by 2, 18, again plus 1, 19, carry 1, 16 plus 1, 17, carry 1, such that now we shall have 2 by 0, then there is a 1. So we will have this log as 1.79 0.658. Then something else we also have to know is that the first logarithm was by 1.6619. So now with this, because the first number and the second have been multiplied, their logarithms should be added. So we added this point such that we have 7 carry 1, again 7, 5 carry 1, 4, then yeah, we carry 1. So by 1 plus 1 becomes 0, then we're already having a 1. Therefore, the final log at this point is 1.4577. But now there is another number, which is 629.3. So 6.293 times 10 power 2. So the logarithm is going to be 2. Now we look at 6.293. 6.293. So 6.2 is at this point. 93. So at 9 we have this, and at 3 we got 2. Therefore we have 79.87, which becomes 79.89 after adding 2. 79.89. So 79.89. That is the logarithm for 629.3. So what we do now, we should remember that the numerator and the denominator have been divided. Therefore, the logarithms should be subtracted. So I should have 2.7989. Then now I subtract the indices. What I'm going to have is, when I subtract here, I should get 8. Then this is already 6 now. I get another 8. This is already 4, so I get a 5. This is a 3, so I get a 13. This becomes a 6. Then I'm going to have, because 1 has been borrowed here, there is a 0 now. So negative 2 becomes by 2. So we got the logarithm as by 2.6588. That means now, because again there is the overall root, which is the third root at this point, the final logarithm, after all additions, we should divide it by 3. And what we consider is whether the characteristic part independently is divisible by 3. When we find no, like in this case, we make it divisible by 3 by dividing or by borrowing 1 from negative 2, which makes it by 3. Then now we take the one that we've borrowed to the other side, such that 0.6588 becomes 1.6588. Then now separately we divide by 3, and we also divide by 3. So this becomes by 1, then point. Now the other side, whereby we are having 1.6588 out of 3 becomes 0.5529. 5529. So this is what we shall get anti-logarithm for. That is what we will get anti-logarithm for. Such that because there is bar 1.5529, then it means there is a 10 point. So this is bar 1. Then we look for anti-log of 5529. So shift logarithm. This gives us 3.5572. And now when we work with the 10 power negative 1, it becomes 0.3572. 3572.